See if we can get scrims for the second game, 8:30, otherwise, and then we can take like a half-hour break before our game. Okay, I think this is their game stream. Game group, sorry. I'll make a new group. Yeah, anyways, what I was trying to say is there's no point playing like this in scrims and then in-game not doing the same things. We just need to...
Good, Alfie. How are you going? Oh Lord, I just opened up the stream by accident, heard my own voice. Close that immediately. I need to get in the group. Can you give me the link? Got any oh. I was gonna say, got any predictions on how the game tonight's gonna go? Classic back to group. Oh, looks like they're playing it. No. Stream of life, I guess. Someone's got to do it. Alright, hopefully no more back to groups and we get straight into it. Guaranteed another back to group. Alright. Yep, looks like it's another back to group. Do you know what the problem is? Yep. Alright. Is there a new lobby? Wonder if we'd have less issues if we tried loading onto another region. What do you think? Maybe tried loading into Europe. Surely not at Majors level though. Oh, we got some background music, do we? Need to screen all of your songs before they went on. I'm sure the viewers wouldn't want to listen to Elfie's interesting taste in music. No. Right, and here we go.
Alright. Alright. Early couple of facets. One from Jake. Seems to be a pretty slow start. Team's trying to ready themselves and got our first out here. Pink in a threatening position. Dokugan cashes in with that team boost just last second. Bobe going for a bomb snipe around the corner. Wasn't to be. And could go the other way now. One spawning, but 2 3 OD. Bobe streaming in as well. They look like they'll lose control of Pups, however, which would be a good result for the Captors. Vin not getting that juke juice in the end. Somehow Whiskey stealing it from under him. But Doku with the all-important tag pro. Not going to have anyone on his side, unfortunately. Vin did die in the end, as did Whiskey there on the spike. But early advantage here, as long as Dokugan can make something of this. He decides to grab and didn't die on Whiskey, which I thought probably would have been the play with that tag pro. He knew only had a couple of seconds. Maybe didn't know the timer on that necessarily, but unfortunate from him. Could have been out ahead of 2. Pinkman with a nice boost in, and a little bit of help from Timmy will get him out, but Vin with that very threatening team boost there. Oh, really poor timed out, and it's all going to be on Pinkman to protect this, but he can't. 2-on-2 blocks, and if you get to that team boost first before the OD does, then it's really a major problem. Bobe with a nice bomb. Unfortunately, yeah, couldn't chain it into the pup, and Timmy kills Pinkman on the other side. A little bit of miscommunication early on from the offense of Pink's men, but only the one cap down for the moment, and pretty defensive so far, I would say. Let's hope we don't have a complete snooze fest. What do you think, Rich?
Hoping that something interesting happens this game, that's for sure.
Just anything interesting would be nice.
Well, it's Shockwave, so unsure how much interesting things can happen.
Not just unsure, but very unlikely.
It's not the players. It's not the players' fault.
Are we sure about that?
Might be partially.
No, look, even all the scrims I've watched and everything like that have been quite similar. Timmy is out and ahead of 3. Once again, an ill-advised grab, but likewise an ill-advised run or lane choice from Timmy, running straight through 2, which is cardinal sin. Only Borgen can get jukes through 2. He does make up for it, however. Oh, Timmy!
Go
wreaking havoc. Didn't want all 3 pups.
Didn't want all 3.
No, too much for him.
Didn't want to be greedy.
Oh, he can't get the grab, unfortunately. Did have the RB, ran straight into Vin, and then straight into the gate. So all his hard work undone a little bit. JL with his juke juice, making waves here. Didn't get the team boost, which Timmy did block off well, and Whiskey's able to come around the backhand side. Well done in the end from a bit of a weak position from Pink's men to stabilize, but very unfortunate they couldn't do anything with that tag pro there.
Guess I was wrong. Something interesting did happen this game.
It's only taken 4 minutes, and we'll wait another 4 minutes for the next thing to happen. Timmy getting done by Jay there. Yeah, nice bomb, but Timmy smartly chose his boost route in the end. They do eventually get the return in Jay after he was muscled out of it in the end. And look at this mad rush for the pups here down bottom. Vex just deciding to go for a grab. They have a 3-man fight for the pup. They win it, and then all 3 of them die on the spikes, each hitting their own individual spike. They didn't want to double up. That was I'd never seen anything like it, but there you go. Closing down Vex here, and Timmy with a lead. A nice boost from behind from Vin. I say nice, probably not so nice anymore. And Timmy running into the boost to kill Whiskey. Bobe well positioned, however, to shut that down. And the pressure is still on here, on the Captors, that is, as Whiskey gets a return. Pink looking for some help here, and help not forthcoming, at least not quick enough before Jay was able to stream in and get the return himself. But some early opportunities now being created for Pink's men. I think they'll be feeling a little bit better as they seem to be warming into the game. Man, I thought these lo-fi hip-hop beats would be a little more intense than this. This is like overly chill.
Not sure what you're expecting from lo-fi,
but neither am I. But
better than silence. Better than silence.
This is true. This is true. Better than most of the music that gets played, namely on Headshot stream. That man has terrible taste in music. Dokugan with a sorry, Headshot. He's not watching. He's fine. Lovely win of the pup by Dokugan, but likewise a nice boost in the end. Shuts that down. Couldn't get them out, and they're just taking turns dying here. are Pink's men. Eventually, Jay's going to get a grab and out, and Dokugan holds the button for him, but wasn't long enough. Jay didn't trust it, probably rightly so, and not able to get out. So once again, a Tag Pro lead goes lacking. Vex with an easy boost in. They're playing it. They're playing this really interesting. It's interesting to see the team set up for this defensively, like trying to block the team boost coming in. It's not very typical to have a map that's laid out like this. Obviously, it is a remake of Smirk, I suppose, but the way you played Smirk on defense was very, very different to this. Namely because there was not a second lane out. But oh, Pink! Beautiful moves from Pink, and it's actually going to result in a cap. Just mispositioning. Yeah, and the putt fight didn't go their way in the middle. Whiskey was able to win that, or defuse it rather, and just not a whole lot happening. Either poor communication in the end or not much he could do. Pink just strolled over that team boost and got out for free. Whiskey, almost getting out. A little bomb
with
from
some communication there. I think he could have gotten through the gates there.
Yeah.
I think there was a chance.
I don't know if they would have practiced that. That seems like a very niche thing to have to learn, but I think they'll know it for next time, which is good. Yeah, once again, Vex going for another grab around these pup times. Pink's going to do the same. They are known, both of these players, really, for this sort of style.
It's interesting watching these pup fights. They go pretty much from bottom to top, don't they?
Yeah.
Just
It'll be interesting to see how that goes. And Bobe's going to win this. He does have the lawnmower here, hoping to wreak havoc. But JL with his Juke Juice on the other side will be hoping to look to do something. The Juke Juice has actually run out. That's super interesting, considering how far apart these times are. And Whiskey not aware whatsoever. I don't know if he missed the spawn or there's a splat or something. Unfortunately, couldn't get the lead out from Bobe. Just a little too slow as well, but it's interesting. Like by the time Bobe had his pup or both of his pups, JL's pup was already out, which you never ever see, really. So I wonder how that'll unfold in the second half. Obviously, that is just a function of how the teams have fought for these pups thus far. That top pup being about, was that 35, 36 seconds now? So very, very delayed. Vex out and just past Whiskey, still hot on his tail. And Pinkman, good communication in the end from the two of them. Yeah, Bobe once again getting those two pups. And I like this from Bob. Screw the mid pup. Let's go and get out and get a cap here, as opposed to just wasting some of his pup looking for a fight. Dokugan does win it, and it is a tag pro. So worst case scenario here for Pink's men. Doubly worse was Timmy blocking Bobe's path. Pink probably had a line up, didn't quite take it. JL going through two once again, and we discussed this earlier. Going through two, Cardinal Sin. Very, very easy for OD. And like I said, if you're not Borgin, you're not getting through. Bobe playing that very nicely. 2v1. Well done from the young man. Still 1-1 is the score. And Timmy looking to change that now. Could be ahead of two here. Vin boosting ahead cleverly, and JL, yeah, they've done well to cut that off. Timmy's looking for a lane. Does come in through two. Unfortunately, just catches the corner there. But Whiskey will be able to keep the pressure on whilst all these pups are coming up. If they can keep Jay in base and Whiskey can stay alive, this will be a real chance. JL somehow, with the help of that bomb, managed to get out. Beautiful stuff from him. Equalizes the position for his team. Even puts himself in an advantage with that tag pro. And that mid pup coming up now at 40 seconds. It was not 35 as I said earlier, but 40. Timmy does win that. RB, Henri in a second. Pink going to look to rush this in, I imagine. Does get ahead and is a return for gap situation. Not forthcoming though, and Timmy is going to be pretty happy to sit where he is and wait for this flag to drop. Might be able to get his own return here.
Rolling bomb's going to expire in a second.
It is. There it goes. Yeah. Bobe needs to stay alive here. Could have been impacted by that bomb, but his twinkle toes there in the end have allowed him to get out and ahead of Jay. He does bait the boost, but Jay's got another boost. Bobe's got a boost as well. Almost coming in for the second cap of the game, and pretty tightly contested in the end, Rich.
Yeah, what a half! Wow, the score line won't exactly indicate that it was interesting, but quite a few interesting things happened.
I mean, it did. I think we commented on it. It did take 4 minutes for something interesting to happen, but when it did, it was well worth it. No, definitely ended up. I think maybe a factor of that, like the teams not really doing very well with their their pup control, yes, but their pup usage was just a little bit lacking, I felt. And the tag pro leads obviously seem to be difficult to execute on this map, or difficult to execute for these teams. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they'll both be frustrated by that. And yeah, I think as well, interesting to see both Vex and Pink a couple of times went for grabs in and around pup times. Due to the fact that the pups were delayed from bot to top, as you mentioned, I think that makes that a far less effective strategy. And you sort of, I don't know, you know, on this map, because it's so choky, I would say, and there's an area for people to catch up as well. It makes that less effective for sure, to be going for those grabs around that time. And it is pretty easy to grab as well if you can get that team boost. I think something that you can take from Smirk and apply to this map certainly is the concept of, you know, you kind of want to leave the team boost up for when you exit the base, sure. But if you can get some good blocks from your offensive partner, using that team boost into the base and the ways that you can combine that around the back wall can be so effective. As long as you have a block on the team boost to come out, then you're perfectly fine to take that team boost coming in. So interesting to see, and because there is another lane as well, a whole other dimension to that. But interesting to see how the teams will play that and see if they change anything going into this second half.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that. Hopefully we do see some of those tactics employed. Just gonna have to see.
I'm hoping to see these pups a little more equal on time as well, because I think having it all delayed, sort of, you know, when you got pups delayed to the extent that they are, where that top pup was not coming up until the bottom pup was basically expired. You know, half the time players just, once they get that pup, they decide to try and fight for the other pup, and then that first pup usage is kind of negated by the fact that you spent 10 seconds fighting for the mid pup, and then another 5 seconds fighting for the top pup. And you know, I like to see players, once they get a pup, let's go and make something of it, and everyone else is fighting for the other pups, and you've got an effective pup anyway. You know, that's the time to really make a change. But hopefully we don't see that in this half. Just waiting on the players to ready up, as you can see, because I have absolutely no overlay. I do apologize. Do apologize for any unnecessary words that may be popping up in the chat. Alright, I'm gonna get into game. Just to stop these players from getting closer and closer to swearing. (1-1) the score from the first half, and tight and tense affair. A couple of opportunities, but some interesting plays as well. Hopefully they had enough of a chat and can look to change some things.
Active groups. Hopefully we should be okay.
For the moment, this group seems to be blessed. Some interesting plays in and around those bombs in base too, particularly on offense. It was nice to see that, you know, obviously that pink bomb that he had to try and help Whiskey. JL staying alive with 2, it really adds another dimension to this. And it seems like the way that the last half started might be the way that this half starts as well. You see Vex there not wanting to use a team boost, instead trying to look for something off the neutral boost, because he wants that team boost up as he escapes the base. But you know, Bobe well positioned near that button to block that neutral boost. And yeah, both teams just posturing for these bombs. Whiskey well positioned, and Doku and Vin in the end well positioned to ensure the flag doesn't get out. A nice Timmy spawn here is not going to be enough. JL's going to be ahead of 3. Pinkman does have the flag on the other side, and the boys are here now. No No anti-re on the backside. Vex able to pick his lane with this team boost. Does so well coming in through that top gate. But unfortunately, all the OD was there, and this pup fight is going to go very, very well. Oh, oh, Vex! There we go.
What a lovely cap.
Yeah, really well done. Good teamwork. But
Well played by Vex.
well timed from Vex indeed to get on that RB immediately. And you can see, I mean, even if he was half a second delayed there in any form or waited on the pup or didn't try and time it as well, then there would have been a bit of catch up from, I think it was Bob A in the end, who, you know, to his credit, Bob A did it really well on that snipe there. Does give the team boost to Jay, but feeds him right into Whiskey. They're working well together, this duo. And early cap for the Captors, but Pinksman certainly not looking out of it by any means. Timmy positioning well off that bomb, but Vin and Doku there to cover. Another pup fight coming up shortly. No grabs. Grab would be ill-advised at this point, and they do. Well disciplined. Timmy has a free run at this pup, but didn't set himself in the right position in the end. Should have really come across to fight Vex for that. And Vin, with his juke juice, is able to very easily hit a snipe on Pinkman. And JL pulling moves on Bobe. Not enough moves, however. If you go through two, like we've said, not a great deal happening. Vex looking for some help from Doku. Couldn't hold the button in the first half. Can in the second. Timmy, very ambitious if he wants to try and get out from there. Bit of excitement. Start the second half. Goes all right.
A lot more interesting than the start of the first half. A lot more action.
Speaking of action, Timmy out ahead of two. Free boost on as well. Just
close.
Yeah, just didn't have it. But if he did hit that team boost, I mean, the OD was nowhere to be seen. They were both out of position functionally. So
Pups are up in a moment.
And Pink
see what's gonna happen.
is able to hold here, but Timmy's not really on the ball with fighting for these pups. I mean, Pink really should have stayed alive as well. Vex is going to come in with a lead. The pressure is all on Timmy now to stay alive with this tag pro lead. Good use of that bomb, and a little suicide there from Bobe is going to actually turn it the other way. Timmy looked like lag. I don't have any other excuse for him there other than the rolling bomb re, but I believe that's going to be out in a matter of seconds. Oh, did get usage.
Oh,
nice. Well done.
there we go.
Well played from Timmy.
Nice cap for Pink.
I take it all back. I thought that RB re would be out way earlier than that, which is why I made the statement, but good decision.
I think it was sitting top for a while. I think it was super delayed.
Ah, cool.
I think it might be 10-15 seconds delayed now.
Once again, I wonder if this is I didn't quite catch it. I wonder if it's a strategy from the teams to delay it, or if it's just the nature of everyone wants to contest that bot.
Intentional. I think it's just occurred these two matches. But if it is, it's an interesting strat. Worked out well.
Yeah. It can go either way, however, because all the pups are very mid-focused, which you rarely see on maps with three pups. Typically, it's one on each base and one in the middle. Because all three pups are right in the middle, makes it interesting to see these pup fights. 3 Juke Juices was the result of the last pup fight, and JL's going to use his far better than anyone else did. Pink does get ahead very well, but he's going to have to rely on his OD here. Bobe snookering him out of the way. But 3 OD is going to make it a little bit difficult for Jay, who does boost around very nicely. A little double commit from Whiskey and Bobe. They didn't keep 2 OD close to the flag. Leaves another cap for Jay. And he's playing really well, I would say. But still tightly contested. Vin looking to come in straight through 2 here. Still 3 OD. Tough one to beat. As is evidenced by his immediate death there. Another round of pups coming up. And Jay will probably look to wait until Pink's men have committed towards these pups, or wait for a result, which Vex does get. JL does need to stay alive, however, and Pinkman telegraphed that one as hard as you could. Easiest snipe Vex has probably ever had in his life. But
a bit interesting down the bottom there.
Yep, that was interesting is the way to put it.
Yep, interesting.
Does get another kill. Timmy is behind Vin as well, but Pink OD is on point. Oh, Timmy.
That was a bit unlucky.
Never mind. Timmy
spawned on the flag tile.
Timmy died to the tag pro in order to spawn in the correct place to get that reset. 100%. He's playing chess, mate.
He just knew.
Pink, nice boost. Could have gone low there, decided not to. Delayed for a little bit. Does kill Doku with that bomb. Created a lot of space for himself. But, you know, coming through this mid area is a absolute nightmare for offenders. And so is boosting straight into Vin. I can't imagine that goes very well for you ever. Whiskey does win the pup fight from the pressure that Pink was able to create. Timmy likewise up top, and Vex gets a nothing pup in the end. So advantage to Pink's man Bobe with an ambitious boost backwards. He's lucky he hit it because it would have been out and ahead of 3 if he didn't. Vex looking to do the same, and Jukes Whiskey with a Juke Juice, but delayed a little bit. Timmy making use of his on the other side. Getting shut down in the end with that 3, or that Dokugan defense. They're playing quite well, Vin and Doku, and Kiwi combo. Do apologize for any lag or ping issues that are coming up on stream. Hotspot is no bueno. Timmy and Pinkman working their way out. Pink had a line out too for absolute certainty. I 100% guarantee he could have been out, but just caught the corner there. Interesting jostle for position.
Crazy.
Yeah, and Timmy's going to get this this top one, the Tag Pro. Going to take that straight on O, and no Juke Juice on D to help out the Captors here. A nice little Mulberry and a bomb from Vex delays them for just a second, enough for Jay to get out. And it's a reverse lead in the end here. Pink going 2, looking for some help from Timmy. He does get it, and Whiskey's going to get the return on Jay. There's a chance. Timmy's Tag Pro just runs out, although there was pressure regardless coming from the members of the Captors. And Vin going to look to do the same boost that he's done previously, straight through 1, which was dead open. Pink coming in to save the day. 2 minutes remaining, but you'd think that I think Captors have got just a little bit of control on this one. Although, as I say that, commentator's curse. Typically, Pinkman misses the boost. 2 minutes remaining just to cap down. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Had it dead to rights. They do lose the bot pup. They're going to win the top pup, however. Tag Pro lead as well, coming for Timmy. Yeah, very clutch. That would have been almost a certain cap. Bobe and Pink do have Tag Pros here. The week 1 offensive duo. Looks like, I think Pink should grab here because Bobe's Tag Pro was picked up first. They do, and Bobe cleverly blocks that team boost. It's on Vex now to try and hit this snipe, and they do.
Lovely snipe by Vex.
Really, really well played by Vex to bait low and ensure that they didn't. But I think that's a little bit of inexperience from Timmy. Really, team boost. Oh, Jay. Disgusting. Team boost was the only way for Vex to save that cap, and Timmy needs to be blocking that. Instead, he tried to block a little too aggressively and got a little too close to Vex, and Vex was able to bait out, wait for the right moment to sit over that team boost. Well played by Vex, of course, but could have been countered by Timmy, unfortunately. And yet another cap opportunity for Pink's man goes napping. They will win this bot pup, though. Have complete control over that. Pink holding for a little bit. And they do win the mid pup, unfortunately, to the Captors, and that'll allow them to chain that top one. They'll get 2 Tag Pros now, and with only a minute remaining, you would expect, if they can make anything of this, that would be the game. A missed snipe. Yeah, that'll be it. Bobe not able to catch up. Missed snipe in the end. Oh, Vex. I mean, I'd love to call that BM. That would be really interesting. But
he was showboating. Let's get that straight.
A grab from Whiskey does get out. 20 seconds remaining. Can't get that neutral boost. And Pink pulling the moves on Vin. Trying to stay alive long enough for Timmy, who does get the return in the end. Well done from Timmy to shut that down. JL, once again, pulling moves to get out of the base. Just these pixel perfect, I would say, jukes from JL. Really, really effective getting out of this sort of base on this sort of map. That'll finish 4-2 final score. Certainly chances for Pink's men that they could have capitalized on, and Captors just sort of made the most of theirs. I would say that Captors didn't really have too many great missed opportunities, but Pink's men will be feeling a little unfortunate, I'd say.
Anybody have a standout performance in your eyes?
Vex, I would say.
Vex. Yeah. I think Vex had a couple lovely plays there. I was going to say Vex as well, actually.
Hey, as well. Get your own, mate. Get your own.
All right. I guess I have to pick JL in that case. If I'm not allowed to choose Vex. But I think Captors kind of ran away with the game halfway through. So
Yeah.
nice win by Captors.
No, certainly. I think Vex had a clutch snipe to save a cap. I can't remember if that was the first or the second half. Maybe the start of the second half, somewhere around there. And pulling some moves for a couple of caps for himself as well on the offensive side. Definitely played well, but can't discredit Vin and Doku on defense. I thought they were pretty locked down for the most part. And anytime I think that a team, misses a lot of opportunity or misses a few opportunities in a close manner, I would say that they have to fight pretty hard to get those caps. And I think that's credit to Vin and Doku for achieving what they did. And like we saw, both defenses, rather, mixing up my words, in that first half, absolutely locked down. It was 1-1, I think, and all pups, didn't matter who won the pubs. The players were just not getting caps and not getting out. So credit to both defenses, really played quite well. Just Captors had the edge in the end.
Solid defense and nice teamwork from both teams. Honestly, it was a pretty nice game.
Yeah, it was an interesting game in the end. We are moving now on to Jardim. Just waiting for teams to ready up. This will be an interesting, completely different to Shockwave. This is Jardim is a free out, basically. Anytime you want to boost in, you will grab the flag and you will almost certainly get out. Plays very differently. Plays in an interesting manner. I think this map requires a lot of communication, and yeah, not as simple or as stripped back as Shockwave might be. So only the 2 pups as well, but it'll be interesting to see how these teams play it. Whether or not they've picked up any strategies. Pinkman just taking a little bit of a moment to get stuck into his team, try and sort some things out.
Just a little bit of a reflection on the game they just played. Always good. Break it up a little bit.
100%. Used to be all kinds of theories on the strategy of what you do at halftime breaks in between games and that sort of stuff. If you're ahead, is it better to just go into the next game straight away, or do you want to let them sit on it, let them stew on it, that sort of thing? If you're behind, what do you do? Obviously different here.
I guess it depends. If you think it's luck based, then get straight into the next game. But if you think perhaps there was some problems, maybe people aren't playing OD properly, really just depends. I think you need to have a bit of a chat about it though.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what Pinksman's doing right now. Hopefully we'll see Pinksman come back in full force for Jardim. Have a lovely game.
If Letty is going to sit here and claim that Shockwave is not more stripped back than Jardim, then I've lost faith in him as a map maker. Simple maps are fine, mate, but they play the same way. Sorry, should have minimal chat interaction.
You're not allowed to read the chat while streaming.
That's true.
That's one of the 10 commandments of streaming. You're not allowed to talk to anyone that's in the chat. Come on, Elfie. I thought.
All right. It's my first time. I'm new to this. There are some requests in a chat for Ruji to do some of the play-by-plays. We might allow that to happen for some of this Jardim game.
Look, as far as I'm aware, Elfitzo is the Jardim king. So I think we'll leave the play-by-plays to him.
No, if anything, if that was true, then surely you doing play-by-play and me doing, analysis being thrown in every now and then would be the way to go.
Look, maybe we'll see. We'll have a think about it. I'll sit on it.
All right.
For now, I think Elfitzo would be better suited towards the play-by-play. If the fans really want it, though, we'll see.
It's either you do play-by-play or I'll do face cam. One of the two.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you do the face cam.
No. It's dark, man. It's dark. I can't show you guys my room. Nothing here.
Messy room, unmade bed.
Not messy room. That is a cardinal
messy
sin.
room.
If any of
I
you
don't
have
believe
a
that.
messy room, I don't care. If any of you have a
Not
messy
for
room,
a second do I believe that Elfitz has a clean room.
oh, get out of it. I literally made my bed like yesterday.
First time ever?
First time in 10 weeks or something. Yeah.
Alright, good on you.
Alright, it's currently a 1v0.
We can't slander you for that. It's currently still waiting for us.
I will just watch this play out for a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Timmy getting the early grab here. No defense. I don't know where they've gone. Absolutely disappeared. Bobe trying to block Timmy out. He is going to come in and stroll in for the first cap. No. Yeah, we were having some issues joining the game there.
Yeah, mine didn't join. I didn't even realize you were in.
Yeah.
Joined to find a 3v0.
I think Pinksman might have won that though, had the game played out. Carius Ridge for a sec. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate your work.
Yep. Nothing happened, so.
You gotta say something. Fill the dead air.
I was watching intently.
Timmy almost getting out, just catching the spike in the end. Unfortunate, because it would have been a header 2 situation. And not much happening on the other side. Looks like Vin will be closed down. Vin, don't do this to me. Okay. We've seen that play out before. Timmy not able to get out this time. And once again, it's going to be an early cap for the Captors. 1-0 Vex. Man the match for mine on Shockwave. Starting off the very strong performance here. Bobe electing not to grab. But the shutdown was coming from his team on D. And looks like Bobe's presence will allow them to get this tag pro on the right hand side. Vex going flag pro on the left. And getting out. But not a great situation for him. And Jay is going to take this bomb. Gives him a chance. Running through blue. Does duke out Whiskey. Vex now with a little bit of a lead. But that delay from Whiskey has allowed the OD from Timmy to come in. And it looks like Pink looking for some blocks from the boys. Not forthcoming. Just hit Whiskey
Almost
on the way in.
right there.
Yeah, very close.
Very close indeed.
JL looks like he's having some issues with his Discord. Which seems to be a common theme recently. This is interesting. Pinkman and Timmy electing regularly to use that team boost to come in for a grab, which I think is very ill-advised, if I do say so myself. The neutral boost on the left, which Vex used to come in.
That was unlucky for Vex right there.
It was, but he is. They are 2-1 up still. Either way, which is a good performance, but certainly on Jardim, you do not want to use the team boost. That's a bait. Neutral boost is far more effective to get out on offense. Timmy baiting that bomb. And Vex is going to look to sit on it now, which is pretty effective for himself. He's going to be able to mess up the defensive structure and does get the return in the end. Pinkman on the other side is out. It requires Vex to stay alive, which he does very well. Catches the team boost as well. And Bobe's going to get the shutdown in the end, whilst Whiskey and Timmy just leave in. There was no anti being played whatsoever. I don't know if that was miscommunication, whether Bobe didn't communicate that he was getting the return or what, but That was unfortunate because it could have been a definite capping opportunity. Another round of pups coming up. A clever kiss from Pink. Going to give them the ascendancy here. And they should get this right pup for free with Whiskey. It is a tad delayed, which means Whiskey just seeding the pup. And 2 Juke Juices to Vex and Vin. Timmy just allowing Jay to juke him around the right-hand side. You do have that team boost, so never an issue if they do get out that way. Vex just missed the bomb there and eventually uses it, but bombs straight into a red team member.
Box by Timmy.
Yeah, nice jukes from Bobe as well, using the stairs to his advantage. 1 cap in it. Nice kiss there from Pinkman. They're going to be able to shut down Vin here, and Timmy's going to look to try and boost in and try and take advantage of that. Didn't come in the end. Anti certainly needs to be played here, and Pink, unfortunately, isn't going to get that spawn of the boost. Just a second delayed. And Jay is going to get returned, and it's going to be a cap for Timmy. He elects not to use the boost. And yeah, and they end up getting the RB on the other side as well, which means Whiskey, yeah, and this Tag Pro lead just non-existent. And Whiskey's, wow, Whiskey's going to come in for a cap against the Tag Pro and against the run of play. Wow. Oh.
Almost had 3 quick caps right there. So close.
It could be 3 caps yet. Timmy, unfortunately, not able to pull jukes, and Pinkman has been miscommunicated to as Vin is going to boost in.
Oh, that was just lovely by Vin.
Yeah, very, very well done by Vin. Read that well. Only 1 on OD makes things difficult. And no cap coming on the return from Pink's men, but they use those pups pretty well. The last round, that RB for Whiskey was absolutely crucial. Dokugan wins this RB and uses it to kill Pinkman. Was it Pinkman or Jay? His own team member, I think.
Not too sure. I think I missed that one.
So the pup control, though, for the blue team, the Captors, has been pretty strong thus far, as it was as well on Shockwave. Whiskey dying. Bobe dying. A couple of spikes from the boys. Pinkman dying from a Flaccid. Did buy enough time for Timmy and Whiskey to get here. Whiskey is blocked out. That Juke Juice from Vex helping him on these defensive duties. But looks like nothing's going to come of it. And some anti being played by Pinkman is going to help them get the reset in the end. So well defended, I would say, from Pink's men from what was a pretty scary situation. Timmy looking to get a grab here. And Whiskey not able to use the bomb to back off that. There was no real great opportunity presenting itself. Leaving 1 on D here. Whiskey does have a free out. Chooses not to bomb in. Gets a clean bomb in the end. And no one is there for the pups, but Vin able to cut the angles off. Timmy should get the right pup uncontested. And he does. He's pushed out of it a little bit by Vex here, who doesn't get to the boost in time. And so a kiss comes through for Dokugan, or on Dokugan rather. Means that they've got... Oh, and a Flaccid as well. Bobe needs to juke out Vex here. Dokugan's on his tail, looking for the split. Just couldn't get it. Yeah, well shut down in the end. Just having some ping issues on the stream. Once again, my apologies. Hopefully they're not creating not too many issues. Jay juking Bobe out, but not enough to give him enough space to get away from the big man. Vex looking to create some opportunities, going straight through the red team tiles here, and Jay giving Whiskey a little bit of a nudge. Whiskey was still hot on the tail of Vex and couldn't get to the boost, unfortunately, Whiskey. Jay is going to need to bail on this pup, however. Does get the grab. Well played from him. Pinkman was threatening with a cap, and he walks straight into a flag pro.
Finds himself a tag pro.
Yeah, and Bobe electing not to return Jay, which is a smart decision. In the end, Pinkman dies, but this flag pro... not too much of an issue, you would hope, for the Pink's men. And I think that's delayed long enough that it's not going to really create too many issues. Smartly done from Bobe and Pink's men. Vin not able to get out from the stellar defense from the offense of Pink's men. Pinkman and Timmy swapping roles just for a second. And showing they can do it all. Whiskey and Bobe showing they can do it on the offensive side, looking to come in, dodging the boost from Dokugan, using the boost for himself, that neutral boost, nothing doing in the end, but Bobe does have an opportunity here. Elects to use the team boost right around the back, gets a kiss on Jay, and some shutdown from Vin on the anti from the backside is turning a rather threatening position for Captors into an equal position. Looking to come in through here. Whiskey wins the pup, but dies on the spike, and unfortunately OD just wasn't there. Vin able to stroll in for a nice cap. Timmy looking to do the same. Unfortunately, tried to use the wall a little too early. Really needs to just run up to the 45 rather than the flat. Lose too much momentum, and Dokugan was right on his tail, getting the shutdown and a second shutdown on Pinkman. They need to get a shutdown. The other team do on Vex here, which Bobe does, using that team boost. Well played from him. But 4-3 still is the score. Bobe, yeah, probably not good enough to juke through 4 players, I would say. Ridge, what do you reckon?
Oh, look, gonna have to go with a no on that one. Maybe in another world, but
in another world.
Maybe not today.
We'll see if Timmy can do something with this. Vin once again clutching up and getting a grab, but a couple. Oh, that really needs to be a shutdown there. If they shut Jay down, it's pretty much a near guaranteed cap, I would say. But they just couldn't get it. Vex wins this pup uncontested on the left. Bobe and Timmy should be able to sort out this pup on the right, which they do. Didn't know the time of it, but it is a tag pro. So as long as Pinkman can stay alive, which he does well through this split. But because Jay's on the other side and no lead for Pink, it is on Bobe to grab here. Had to make a very late decision. Whiskey bumps into him, and Bobe still needs to stay alive, which he almost does.
That was
Wow.
unfortunate.
Very
Super
unfortunate.
nice at the start, but unfortunately still resulted in a cap.
Yeah, and Bobe communicating a solo return wasn't forthcoming onto Dokugan. He did get the return in the end solo, but a little too late. It was after Pinkman had died. And Bobe rushing up through the red. Not a fan of that one. Does get back in time. And some beautiful anti from Whiskey would have allowed Timmy out and would have been a cap for the big man. But time just running out. 3-5 is the score. Going into the second half, they were dead even at the end of the first half of Shockwave. This time, Captors taking the ascendancy and running in with a 2-cap lead in the second half.
Yeah, quite a few more caps in this game, in this half, I should say, compared to the first half of Shockwave. You think Pinksman can bring this one back?
Yeah, I would say so. I think, there were certainly opportunities there that went missing a little bit. I think the way that they're playing their OD is like a tad, just a tad worrying. But Jardim is a map where you can chain caps, and we saw that from Pink's men. Actually, they got 2 quick caps after being 2-1 down. In you could have gone to the toilet, come back, and all of a sudden they're 3-2 up. I mean, it doesn't really take a whole lot of time to get quick caps on this, and really they should have been 4-2 up, if we're being honest. So yeah, just once again, opportunities gone missing, but whether or not you rag on Pink's men or you credit the Captors for their ability to clutch up, which we've seen from Jay, from Vin, a couple times that last half there. So I think it's certainly winnable for Pink's men, but they're going to need to sort of few things out. In particular on defense, I don't think they're diffusing well enough and not keeping the flag in base well enough. And a couple of times where anti was very effective for them, but not playing it enough perhaps were Pink's men. But Captors seem to have their number for the most part so far.
Yep, sounds good. Looks like we're waiting about maybe 2 to 3 more minutes for Vin. Not too sure what's happened. Maybe restarting computers or restarting internet. Maybe some lag issues potentially. Not too sure. Any inside information with that one, Alfie?
I'm not getting any PMs at the moment, mate. So unfortunately not. Vex and Jay leaving the groups as well. Appears like they're still, obviously Jay was having some issues with his Discord. It looks like they're still online. So not entirely sure what the go is, but we'll just sit here patiently and wait for them. We'll get a listen in for you guys on Captors. Looks like a whole half, if only. Listen in on the Captors in this second half for you guys. Hopefully that'll be interesting enough.
Right, looks like Vin's team's ready to start the second half. Just waiting. Yep, all good to go.
Yeah, ready.
Hopefully it's as exciting as the first half.
All right. Getting in the game here. 2-cap lead for the Captors, 5-3. And looking good for it. The split that, well, at least I predicted at the start, doesn't seem to be likely at the moment. Pinkman looking to change that with some beautiful jukes, and Jay just deciding to get the hell out of dodge there. Didn't want to be involved in any clips, and it's going to go the other way in the end after a kiss. I think it was a kiss. Vex getting, once again, the early cap. The man seems to be becoming known for it. Pink. Pink! Okay. Thought Vin was going to do the same that Pink just did to him. Does get the return in the end. Bobe looking to come and play some anti, and a bomb from Dokugan is going to kill his teammate. Timmy not able to get the boost in time. Almost chaining that into a return on Whiskey, were the Captors. But Bobe with that return just as Timmy came off anti. Once again, we talked about it, the little lack of communication and the lack of high quality anti being played from the boys is not very good. And that was not very good either. Losing both pups in the end. Didn't concede the cap, but could be a real opportunity here for the Captors. Vin coming in with his RB and Vex clearing the base on spawn with his tag pro. That pup control, just the misplay in the end, could lead to 2 caps actually. And yeah, it does. Vin able to save his RB all the way through his cap, spawning on defense with it. Uses it to push Pinkman out of the way.
Almost got around Timmy there. Nice teamwork by Captors, led to 2 quick caps right at the start.
Yeah, so what was certainly looking very achievable for Pink's men has become 8-3 and very, very difficult. Very, very uphill from here, I would say, from Pink's men.
They're still not out of it. They can still bring this back, but you're correct. It is looking like a bit of a different game.
Yeah, and once again, Jay pulling some moves. Bobe really needed to allow him out through the right-hand side. OD was there in the end. Vex with this RB, however, looking to make some plays. Going to come in. I would like to see him use this aggressively, as Vex tends to do, which he does. No return coming on Bobe. Could have read that one for all money from Vex, but Bobe staying alive well. And Vin losing himself a little bit. Bobe looking to make some plays with the bomb. Not coming. Jay, stay alive for a long enough time, but in the end being shut down. And looks like it'll be looking for some blocks here. Dokugan with a Flaccid is going to give Timmy a great opportunity if they can set up some blocks. And some nice OD in the end from Vex and Vin, delaying them just long enough. And yet another grab from Vex, not able to get out, and some double Flaccids, but anti in the back end from Dokugan. Well played from him. Whiskey picking his lane well. Nice from Whiskey. I do like that. And is able to juke back under. Perfect from Whiskey. Playing really well here. JL, unfortunately, out with the use of that bomb. But the pressure that Whiskey's put on has allowed Pink's men, Bobe and Timmy, to get 2 pups. Looking for a lead is Whiskey Jack now. A spike from, I believe that was Vex, is going to give them a great opportunity here. Bobe looking to shut down Vin's, got another boost to use. Chooses not to, and Vin's going to take it away from him, but runs straight into Timmy, and Whiskey not able to split. Still, however, the Tag Pro can be used to some effect there from Bobe. Pink's going to come in for a cap, and it's 8-4. So hard work, but they did get their cap in the end. Looking to get another one. And once this player's settled down, I think we might go for a little listen in with the Captors. Bear with me.
I'm here. It's coming back one. Back in our base. Should return here. Pops, I'll hop right.
I've got TP.
Nice.
I've got JD.
Just waited for TP.
Oh my god, that's so risky.
I'm going.
I'm going.
We got bomb.
Nice.
I'm coming left. I mean, about. We got lead. Two.
He's gonna grab one.
I'm safe. I got JD.
I'll get anti.
Cool.
Blocking right?
Oh,
Or knock him in.
I'm right at the moment.
I'll play
I'm
D.
gonna back.
Yeah, it's turn base.
They're covering.
You can take Tim boost around the outside.
Yellow's up as well. Like up. Up off the 45. They're covering.
Oh.
I'm safe for now.
Just hold.
Oh, it's risky. Play slow. They got bomb.
Bomb's good.
They're trying something.
Is that one?
Two.
I'm on re.
I'm wait for you to spawn. I'm just gonna cover checks.
4. We got AD.
I'm ahead. Yeah, I'll go ready. He's...
I'll try to.
I'll help right.
We're dead.
Someone get left.
Okay.
Get it. We got TP
Left
50.
RB.
Don't die.
Hold. Fella. They have RB.
Got a con where you're going there, Doc.
Yeah, my bad. He's got RB coming in.
Coming too.
Good
Good delay. Get a grab, jail. Oh,
Nice,
well done.
nice.
Stay ahead still. Where?
Left.
I can't see.
Pushing in.
Kiss is good. Oh, nice.
Reset.
Well done. Good delay.
So cap there in the Furor for Pink's men. And could be a cap now for the Captors. JL looking to come in. Timmy and Bobe shutting down that lane very well. Yeah, it was interesting to listen to them. They're using a numbering system for their calls, which was interesting. Like 1 for the left lane and then 2, 3, 4.
I feel like this map is almost simple enough. You can just say left, red, blue, and right.
Yeah, pretty much. that's what we chose to do. But you know, whatever communicates to them quickly and easily. Pink in a stay alive situation here does go for the kiss. Doesn't get the kiss in the end on Jay. Whiskey with his RB, however, is going to buy enough time for his team to equalize the position and looking to come in, getting absolutely closed down by 3 at the exact same time. Very unfortunate for him, but Timmy getting a shutdown. Bobe looking to come in, has the use of the team boost, going to go around the back, and half a block from Timmy just wasn't strong enough. Needs to take away this neutral boost, which he does. Left the team boost up, and he's going to have to play OD, which he... Right.
Absolutely lovely by JL just there.
I don't know what...
I think it was Doku on the right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about Timmy's OD.
OD doesn't exist.
Little special.
Bobe!
Oh, Jay. Absolutely doing him there. That was disgusting from Jay. He's pulled some jukes in his time. He's pulled some jukes tonight. But that was one of the best in a 1 tile wide situation. Pink going for a grab, needs to at this point with just 3 minutes remaining. Waits for Vin to get right beside him before he uses that bomb and gives Vin the return for free. JL with this RB and a Tag Pro lead on Vex looking to come in. Timmy staying alive pretty well. Only 1 chasing, but nonetheless, well done from the man. Could create a capping opportunity here in the end. Still has the flag, and Bobe gets the return. Looking for a second on Vin, who stays alive with a little bit of help from Vex. Timmy not going to get rewarded for his hard work. In fact, he's going to get punished as his team wasn't able to stay ahead. Whiskey getting blocked out from, I think it was Dokugan. Very unfortunate for Timmy K. A wonderful hold from him. Doesn't result in a cap. Really should have. But Bobe and Timmy weren't able to work together to get that going in the end. Whiskey with some nice jukes, using the neutral boost for himself. Timmy elects not to use the bomb early. Wanted to wait and see if he could do something with it. And instead, red team uses it and kills Whiskey on the flag. Pink holding for this pup here. Just gonna, yeah, that's very, very greedy from Pink. Had the option to use the neutral boost and get ahead of Vex, and wanted the pup as well. Didn't come for him. Does have the Juke Juice, did Vex, and shuts that down. No Tag Pro lead for Timmy and Bobe. Looking to try again, but Bobe just getting a little impatient, going for a grab himself. Not too bad result in the end. Vin, however, with the use of that bomb, is able to get out, and Bobe pulling some moves of his own. Not to be outdone by Jay, looking to get a little nub step. Wasn't coming, but yeah, once again, flags are out. No high-quality anti as yet.
11-5 with just over a minute left. Wonder if Pigsman can bring this one back. Doesn't look like it at all.
That's, yeah, sure. A cap every 10 seconds. I've not
There's a
seen it
chance,
happen.
There's a chance.
I've not seen it happen.
I'd love to see it.
Normally I'm with you, Ridge. I'm not with you tonight.
You're not with me?
No.
I have faith. No,
Timmy...
the game I think is locked away at this stage.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Almost certainly. Just a matter of cap difference at this point. Whiskey. Not able to hit that team boost very well, and Jay looking to pull some more moves. Fool me once, mate. But couldn't get out. Dokugan electing not to use the bomb, and Jay's able to close him down in the end. Pink required to stay alive. Take that back. Bobo was able to hit that team boost from behind and shuts it down from any further damage being done. Could be damage here, however. Pinkman getting pushed away. Vex did get ahead as they rushed off Ree, but Pinkman was in a very safe position in the end. 10 seconds remaining. 11-5. Looks like it might be the final score here. Jay getting closed down, as is Pinkman on the other side. Whiskey falling asleep at the wheel there on regrab. And Vex going to bomb him away from any possible capping opportunity. Will tie up, or not tie up, finish up the game at 11-5. And pretty well played by the Captors in the end. Struggled through that Shockwave game, and struggled through, I would say, that first half of Jardim a little bit, but certainly the better team on both maps. And well played to them. But Pink's men didn't look too far away until the little burst of caps that the Captors had at the start of the second half.
Definitely. Both teams played super well, but Captors, end of the day, ran away with the win. So, well played to Captors. Who would you say was your man of the match?
Good question. JL, probably.
JL, nice.
So JL.
I'd have to say Vex had a lovely performance. Definitely was a standout for me.
Yeah, nice. I think he definitely did play well. Doesn't look like we're going to have any post-game interviews, although Vex has joined us in the commentary box. How you doing, Vex?
Hello. Good, thanks.
Really well done, mate. Well played. Clutched up a couple times, but
Oh, yeah.
really able to put your team on the front foot as well. I thought that was really interesting. It seemed like, I think, in at least 3 of the halves, I'm not sure, it might have been 4, but at least 3 of the halves, you got a cap within the first 2 minutes or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, apart from the first half on, what was it, Shockwave? Yeah, I think we had some really good things that we wanted to structure early in the game, and I think they worked exactly how we wanted them to.
Yeah.
So that paid off, and we've got some just random things that we try and set up. We might not have the best communication, we might not have the best stuff, but we got some decent stuff that we can stick to our strengths and that sort of thing. So, yeah, props to Vin and Doc actually keeping the flag in base for a little bit. That was nice.
Yeah, we commented on that their defensive duties were pretty spot on, I would say. For
Yeah, it was really noticeable, like with the flag, because it's so much more comfortable, especially on that Jardim game. Just really comfortable holding, because we knew constantly that we could get that reset and have someone on anti, and it just felt. I think JL was saying it constantly throughout the whole half. I'm like, I'm just holding. Like I'm good. I can hold it for 20 seconds. Like, so that was fun.
Man. Anyway.
Thanks for commentating, boys.
Yeah. So do you want to commentate the next game?
Sure.
All right. Sweet. Jump in the link that I sent you. A very seamless transition. I would like to say thank you to Ridgie, who is going to jump out now, but thank you, Ridge, for joining us in the commentary box.
Thanks, Alfie. Thanks for having me.
Very well done on your first attempt. That was
attempt.
Didn't
Killed it. Calm down.
didn't notice, mate.
I'm
Didn't
sure,
notice at all.
I'm sure the fans will agree.
Mate, you could have been a what is it? Rabbit's Ray Warren in the previous life.
Oh,
Wouldn't have known.
I'm
Wouldn't have
sure,
known.
for sure. Right. Okay. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Ridge. How'd the Widgie go? Now that he's gone.
Nah, he went well. It was good. Did really well.
Good on him.
Just carry us for a sec, Bex.
Yeah, for sure. Have you done any intro for this game?
Same stream as the last one, so this is the intro. Welcome.
Hello, let's go. Thanks for having me on board, Alfitso. We got TBF. I keep saying TFB. So frustrating. The Ballfathers versus A's team. I'm a little bit excited about this game. I feel like when we've screamed Aspi's side, they've actually looked really strong on these two maps. So I'm pumped that hopefully they can bring it to A. And in saying that, we've also scrimmed A's team, and we've been really successful against them on these two maps. So I'm all about backing the Ballfathers to try and get a win here. But A's team have only lost one game. No, they haven't lost. They're undefeated. I think they had that draw on that market game. So they're gonna be looking to be still undefeated after these next two games. Hopefully the Ballfathers can try and get on the board, and definitely the underdogs here, and hopefully we can see some decent fight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this game unfolds with two different teams compared to how your game unfolded. Some of the things that we commented on where it was interesting that the top putt was always delayed. I'm not sure if that's a common theme in TPM and scrims and all that sort of stuff, but it went bot into mid into top, just because people like to contest that bot putt first. And that was interesting to see.
It was very interesting for us because we were completely thrown by it, because the way that we were setting up, just while these guys are trying to find a good grab, A has the flag. I assume these guys will shut him down. He does. It was really interesting. We were playing it so that the top putt was our priority, because it was just a bit of a luck of the draw. With how that bottom putt was getting priored so much, it just felt like luck because that bomb, because the team tiles, and you could get better positioning with that top putt, just while everyone's doing a bit of flacciding. And then it didn't happen. So I think we forgot to prior that top putt, especially in that first game of Shockwave.
Yeah.
It just wasn't priored at all, and then that's just how it unfolded, just going from bottom to mid to top, just because of the natural flow of people prioring that bottom putt, and then it just led up to that's how it was going to play. That was a real shock for us because we didn't know how to handle it with pups. Yeah, we've been practicing. Sorry, because we've been practicing so much with getting that bottom to mid, and then someone already having the top up, and it was really strange for us, and we weren't really sure how to deal with it.
Yeah, well, it was strange for us to see as well, because I wasn't really sure whether or not that was just how this map necessarily played out all the time, as we see Pat laying down a block for A, who uses that space to run straight into a spike. But yeah, I wasn't sure if that was just how the game state sort of played out. Letty!
My lord!
Settle down, mate. Settle down. But I remember that top putt was like, by the end it was like 38 or something, which is...
It was 37.
37,
was the last one we called. Yeah.
Left 37 and all that sort of stuff, but...
Yeah, and here the pups are going at 3 seconds after, so...
Yes.
It's playing differently. I think these guys are a little bit more set up, though, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, well, it almost seemed like, once it happens once, if that top pup gets delayed even once, at that point, if you're winning that bot pup, are you bother contesting? If they're so delayed, you win the bot pup. If it's a tag pro, you want to try and make use of it. Maybe you don't contest the top pups, and if no one contests the top pups, or the top pup rather, then that pup gets delayed even further and further and further, which seemed to be what happened with you guys.
Yeah, that's what happened to us. It was interesting though that how it panned out was, I think, in the last second. Oh, Diggs.
Should get
That's
shut
a
down.
risky bloody block. Oh my lord, that nearly paid off.
Yeah.
We had a situation at the end of our game where JL had a pup bottom. I think it was a tag pro, and he wanted. I was calling him, quick, come get a grab, come get a grab. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to prior the top pub and make sure we got it, and it paid off that it was a tag pro as well. So we had 2 tag pros to get for that last cap.
Yeah.
And that paid off. That was awesome. Like, it was so lucky. It was lucky, but it was awesome.
Yeah. Headshot not being fooled there by Diggs. Been a pretty interesting start to this game as we move on to start chatting about this game instead of the last game.
Sorry.
Headshot and Letty certainly struggling to get out a little bit. The Balakwa Pat prevent D, as we've seen previously, is very, very solid. But no great opportunities, I would say, other than the Diggs chance that they did have. Asby electing to use the team boost to boost ahead and baiting A, thinking he was going to go for the bomb, I think. A is what he was thinking, but Asby just runs straight through those team tiles and gets a return instead. Pencil boosting back. They should be able to get the shutdown here on Diggs. However, they are seeding some of the control of these pups. Headshot wins the tag pro crucially. And Letty, wow, good on you, Letty. Able to come in last second and get this tag pro. 2 tag pros, maybe not as good as they might have hoped in the end. They are able to get out. The spawn's not fooling them. And Pat dying. A, not able to get through and tag headshot there. He's going to come in. He does have a lead for about 2 more seconds. About to expire. Letty going to look to just aid a little bit, but a little too slow moving across the map, I would say there. Headshot not able to create anything. Bomb straight down. Avoids the spikes. I thought for all money he was going straight into the spikes, but good on him. Juking not able to get through 2. It is a little bit of a long lane there from 3 into 2. Pat now with this team boost. And a bomb has pushed Diggs away, but it's also taken some space away from Headshot, who dies in the end. And good opportunity gone missing, unfortunately, for the Ballfathers. But good signs as well. It doesn't look like they're being outclassed by any means. Diggs looking to make good use of the space that's been created here. Headshot going for a nice grab. Gets shut down solo 2v1 by Alameo. And Asby doing the same with his boost. Letty just getting tagged. Very unfortunate. Probably, I would say, would have resulted in a cap. Asby elects not to block off the team boost. Instead, going to look to try and get a quick lead and help pencil in through 2. Not doing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that play just happened because as soon as we figured out about after the first game, we figured don't go 2 because it's so easy to play. Sorry, by 2 I mean the second lane. Don't go 2 because it's just so easy to come and play OD on there. Like with A here, if Letty and Aspi wanted to push, they could easily push it. And A nearly had a push onto the flag there. I think it was actually a bit unlucky. So I reckon he had a good chance to cap that.
Nice.
This is good position. Yeah, nice pencil. Headshot's actually a really good position now. With these pups coming up, but isn't really pushing hard enough here.
Letty killing. Was it Pat with that tag pro? Unfortunately, Headshot not able to juke in time, but does die for an RB re on Pencil. Balakwa getting out on the other side. Looks like it'll be a kiss here. And the bomb from Letty will allow him to get out once again. Headshot electing to take Pat away from the neutral boost instead of getting onto re himself. Interesting decision. Looks like they're playing for a draw already at 0-0 with 13 minutes remaining. Pencil not well enough position, but Balakwa elects to go through 1, which is incredibly ambitious from that man. Nothing doing. It's interesting that you mentioned that 2 was not the way to go. Some of our more astute viewers would remember that that was exactly what we discussed on stream. That 2 is certainly not the way to go, or at least it wasn't back in the boombox days. Letty not able to get out. A, able to get past Pencil, and 2v1, but Headshot is up to the task.
Oh, I didn't think it was, though.
Oh, and he does win the tag pro, and not even necessary. A bomb from Letty, really poor. I think Pat would have been there anyway with that tag pro. Aspi coming in, chance for a cap, looking for a lead, almost runs into the spike, but then eventually runs into a wall and into a player of blue color. Kills him. Headshot, sitting on this neutral boost, just delaying, just waiting. Electing to take a wonderful boost from neutral all the way cross team into 1. Unfortunately, flags not in base and not anytime soon either. Pat holding well and under very minimal pressure. Letty baiting Balakwa away from his position, away from the bomb. On Aspi now to solo OD, which he is more than up to the task to do.
Love that decision making to be push out for that return there. As they're fighting for pups again, they should be able to get this mid pup as well. Headshot still making sure no one can get the mid one. I think Diggs will get it. Oh, how did Letty get that? It was only a rolling bomb, but a bit of a stalemate as often as Shockwave presents an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, your game was 1-1, I think, and
Yeah.
didn't really offer too many more opportunities than the 1-1 that we got. So good to see though from functionally the number one team in the league versus the bottom team in the league at the moment. You wouldn't be able to pick it if you didn't know that. Certainly don't look out of place to the Ballfathers. However, this is a chance here, and A trying to block out Aspi. Didn't get a chance to block out Pencil, who caught up on the team boost. Letty's trying to go through two. I've seen this one before. This is awful deja vu. Deja vu? Deja vu.
Deja vu.
View, yeah. We've added a little accent to the U. So, two Duke Juices there for Diggs and A. Diggs does get the Duke Juice in the end. I didn't think he had that at all, but did well. Balakwa looking to bomb into Pencil. Doesn't. Instead, Headshot's going to help Pat do it instead. Yeah, not super well coordinated there. And Pencil just that was interesting from him. Well done, I suppose, sitting on that button. A didn't really expect him to take that, and Headshot doing the exact same. Balakwa able to muscle Letty off that button. 14 seconds. If anyone wants to get out, it's going to need to be now. And 2 Flacids means that will probably be the end of the half at a stalemate. Not without chances, though, for both teams.
It's a tie. Oh, you don't see that often, that little it's a tie.
No.
Interesting half. I'm loving it's awesome watching from this perspective because I haven't really seen it, but the way that Aspi is playing his defense is really nice to watch. He's constantly ahead, prioritizing being ahead on this map, which is a luxury that I would love to have on my end. While playing Tag Pro. Just constant, like there was a return. I think it was A was ahead of, it wasn't ahead, but Aspi was lower than the team boost, sorry, and he, instead of trying to take the team boost to get a snipe, he goes ahead so that A has to then change his lane, and then people from behind can use the team boost. And I thought that was really, thought it was an awesome play. I assume that's what he meant to do as well.
Yeah, no doubt. Something that you'll find, and it's something that a lot of players really could learn from, is that on these styles of maps as well, very, very effective to do this sort of thing, where if you're looking to get any sort of return on your side of the map, you think about all the possibilities that can unfold from there moving forward. I mean, there's a lot of space that you really need to be covering, and if you just sort of accept that they're out and you get ahead, you know that the other team only has one tile that they need to work towards, and that's their flag. For as much space as they have anywhere else on the map, at the end of the day, if you're very, very close to their flag playing OD, pretty high chance that you can get a return if you play the OD pretty well. Whereas if you're trying to hit a snipe, maybe that's low percentage, especially on someone like A, for example, who can juke you out. So oftentimes on these styles of map, probably not so relevant on a map like Jardim, which we'll see next, but on these styles of maps, certainly getting ahead is almost always the answer, and you just try and deal with defense at the other end of the map, as opposed to trying to deal with defense within your own base, where they have so many more options to take. But a little hard to explain that in words, as opposed to just you doing it visually. But
no, cool analysis. I'm about it.
Cool. Looks like we're good to go. I'll get the epic pen out. We'll be right. Anyway, if you didn't catch it, what I was explaining, if you're Aspi and you want to defend from here, you're very, very odds on. It's very difficult to get past here, especially when you've got 2 or 3 players. If you're Aspi and you're trying to defend all of this space against Alameo, good luck. Number one rule, get ahead. Anyway, carry on. No more epic pen. Back into the game. Headshot with the early grab and a bit of help from Letty. Not enough, unfortunately, getting closed down by Pat in the end. And second I pull that epic pen, we lose viewers. Typical.
There's analysis. People getting bored of it. or maybe it was the game. Apologies.
No, it's certainly the analysis. People.
He's going to be out here.
People refuse to learn. Yeah. Aspi trying to take away that team boost. Pencil able to hit the snipe. Well done from the defensive duo there, who seem to have picked up their game a little bit as the season has unfolded. Pencil getting juked out by Diggs. Aspi just showing him the angle there, showing him 1, showing him 2, which is not a problem. Headshot running straight into Diggs, however, on the spawn. Didn't quite have the time on that. And the first round of pups is going to go to, I would say, A team with that wonderful tag pro on Pat. Letty, we've seen this one before, mate. Not very effective. Balakwa able to shut that down. And Pat's going to try and make waves on the other side. Able to secure an out for Alameo. Running through 2. This is the only time where that's, well, never mind. The only time where that's possible is with a tag pro lead. But even then, a very, very easy snipe from behind. Well covered by the Ballfathers. And well shut down in the end as well. Just, I mean, just nothing being created from either team. Very, very defensive map. And it's playing out that way. I think your game finished 4-2, but no opportunities here. Aspi letting Diggs out.
That was nice.
Yeah, and Diggs able to get the first opportunity. Letty bombing beautifully, perfectly timed. Is going to be able to get out and almost, I thought he could have killed Pat on the gate there, which would have created a terrible situation for A team. Balakwa winning that RB against Aspi and then timing his bomb well to kill Letty. Pencil still, however, for as good as all that was, staying alive. No jukes. No jukes whatsoever. Just running straight into Balakwa. And that is the first cap of the game. Not just of the half, of the game.
Pencil need to be on the behind there. Just letting A get out ahead too easily. But Chase as well, using those team tiles on the boost.
Yeah, you do make yourself rely on your mechanics a lot more though when you do that sort of thing. I mean, Diggs hitting the same boost that we saw from Headshot in the first half. Didn't realize that was a bomb line that we needed to be practicing, but these boys are proving that that's the case. Looking to create something. Waiting for some pressure from Aspi is Letty, who's forced Diggs all the way back into lane 2, now into lane 1. Does have the use of this team boost, and Aspi's going to just get juked out a little bit and allow him that. Balakwa winning the RB for himself. Not very effective on him, however. And Diggs getting a little greedy and trying to win this pup himself as well. Balakwa does get the juke juice. The tag pro and Letty not really being put into good effect as yet. Going to be on Headshot to try and stay alive here. And Aspi and Letty now. Yeah, I don't think much will come from that though. Tag pro out, but 4 here.
They've delayed long enough that...
Oof.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Headshot going back to play anti. Not a bad decision at all. Diggs is pulling Aspi out, but pretty disciplined here from Letty and Pencil to stay close to the flag. Aspi boosting in and Letty bombing into the flag. Pretty ill-advised. I don't know if he wanted that necessarily. Aspi is well positioned, very well positioned as Aspi.
Oh, wow.
Pencil was out of position, but Aspi clutched up. And once again, they're on the back foot here. Balakwa coming in. No defenders in the base. They could just go for a grab here, which would be the smart play.
Oh, what a snipe.
Yeah, the return on Balakwa will make the decision for Aspi. Pat coming in with his tag pro. If they can delay this a little bit, well, they did get it in the end. If they could delay it a little bit, they could have diffused the RBs, but I think it was a pretty lost position anyway. And boosting straight into a tag pro. Going to be on Pencil.
Pencil needs a good hold.
Just needs to delay and can't, unfortunately. Well closed down by Balakwa and Pat. That is the second cap. And things are starting to roll a little bit now for A team. So they go up 3-0.
Fantastic regrab cap. What do you want? I don't know what you want to call it, but just fantastic regrab, and they flaccid it, and simple way to get a quick cap.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because Ballfathers were making this quite a close contest and hoping that they can bring some caps forward and get something on the A team. Put them under pressure a little bit as we reach halfway through the second half here. Good putt win by Letty down the bottom, 3v2, and the RV spawn. I don't know if you noticed anything. We saw a very interesting putt fight in your game. I think it'd be very fun to go back and watch where 3 players died. Not your players, I think Pink's men. They died on each spike. One died on the right, the mid, and the left.
Really?
It was cute. It was so cute.
That's good.
If anyone is interested, while we're in a bit of a lull in this game, I'm having lasagna for dinner. Little homemade lasagna. So shout out to Mama Elfitzo for putting that together for us.
You mean Mama Fitzo?
Sorry.
Get it right.
I mean, no one calls it that anyway, but that's all right. If any, it'd be Mama Fitz, but even that, Mama Fitz is my nan. That's not my mum.
Yeah, this is how the pups we thought would play out that way. That sort of bottom into mid, and that top coming up pretty quick. And it was strange that in both games that I played, that the top pup was being delayed, and it was just playing really weird. Wasn't anything how we script. I think this is a bit more normal.
Looks like a bit of 3D here from A team. A just trying to block out headshot from using that team boost. Obviously, they've identified that as a significant issue. And Letty and Headshot not able to do a great deal without it, it seems. A couple of rounds of flaccid now from them. A going to block out Headshot again. We'll see if he goes back for a bit of defense or if that was just a bit of a strategy to frustrate Headshot. Looks like they're going to contest this top pup very, very early here. They figured they were in position, may as well. And looks like the blue team do have position on this, and Pencil has the use of this bomb if he ever wants to. Elects to go away from it. Letty wins the pup at the bottom, and his RB should allow him to win another RB. That's like going to the pokies and putting $1 in and winning $1. Pointless. Aspie juking out Alameo, taking that team boost away from him and running over the team tiles here. Balako just pulled off a little bit. Not sure what the go was there. I think they want to delay this return with Letty's RB re, and they do just that. So well done from the A team in the end. A block from Aspie gives Letty an opportunity. Pat holding his position well. But A probably closed down here. No little help from Pat in the end. Gives them an opportunity that Diggs can't unfortunately capitalize on. Just missing that team boost snipe onto Headshot, who's been holding pretty well by all accounts, I would say, in the first half and here. As someone who is not maybe a natural offender, I think he's been going all right in majors, making the step up. Aspie and Letty, yet again, winning the putt rounds. They couldn't make anything of the last one, but this one's a little more threatening for them. A tag pro and a juke juice on Letty. They need a return on Alameo, which they're not going to get. I don't know what Headshot's trying to hit this snipe and just missed it. But still, with Letty cleaning house, unfortunately not able to clean house enough. Headshot didn't need a tag pro to get his own kill there. Letty looking for some bomb plays, and Aspie looking to chain. Was a nice chain in the end. A little boost chain
strange
from Aspie, but unfortunately just a little too late, I would say. Letty's tag pro running out seconds before it was really, really required. Pencil getting playing the bomb well, but not able to get past the 3 players in base, which seems to be a consistent theme at the moment for the A team. And Aspie and Pencil obviously able to shut down Diggs 1v2 as well. Once again, yet another putt round. I'd like to see the Ballfathers really make something of this and get at least a cap back. Alameo winning the RB and getting a kill, but Letty's tag pro is going to secure him an RB himself. Balakwa likely will suicide and does. This also delays Letty's tag pro as well, which is the other benefit of that suicide. You'll notice that his tag pro really, by the time he even gets a kill, if he does, which is questionable at this point, it will pretty much be running out in a couple of seconds. There it is. Headshot trying to go through 2. Wasn't aware that the lead was running out. Had to juke back. Diggs completely in control of this game himself until he almost bombed into a spike there. Aspie and Letty slightly behind, but the team boost will help. And maybe still enough blocks. Letty just getting around the back there, getting an easy grab. 10 seconds remaining. This game is all but done. And Aspie looking to save the cap differential a little bit. Letty!
Oh my lord!
streaming in to save 4 cap deficit, and Aspie would have been out and ahead of 3 at the very least. But unfortunate performance from the Ballfathers, a solid performance from the A team in the end, as expected, I suppose, coming out with the win. But well played to both teams. It was a very interesting, tightly contested affair.
Yeah, for sure. I was a little critical. I was letting you roll with it, but a little critical of the use of the power ups there. They were getting that top prior really well, which I really enjoyed because Letty kept winning that bottom pup in a 1v1. Because they were prior on the top pup, they could then chain that to that middle pup as well. And I think they were getting, maybe 7 or 8 of the last 4 rounds. Last 3 rounds, and they just had so much opportunity to utilize power ups, but yeah, they just like right at the end there, that last power up that Letty had a tag pro rolling bomb. I don't know why they were trying to grab. They could have just delayed a grab and then let Letty come in and get some tags. And then earlier as well, they had, I think A was sitting up on the top bomb for some reason, and everyone just ran away from him to try and help Aspie with the flag, I think it was.
Mm.
And I was just, this very bit of a confusing decision where no one's getting a return on A. Headshot's trying to get a snipe that's impossible to hit.
Yeah.
And they delayed the power ups that they were using for something like pretty much the whole usage, the whole 20 seconds.
Yeah. I do remember that situation, and A was in a position where you need to, right? Because he has the use of the bomb. I mean, there's nothing coming from that. So
A was just happy to hold, able to waste the time of the pups, and could back himself to get past just one. And yeah, it just felt like they were setting up perfectly with power ups. Just that the utilization of them was poor, to be honest. Like, I don't want to use that word, but
yeah,
it did feel it. $3-0 to A team though, another win for them. Another 3 points.
They extend their lead at the top of the comp.
Yeah, killing it. They're I think their plus minus is getting close to 40 now.
Something that was pointed out, and I noticed in the EUs as well, that for the Ballfathers, Letty 10 pups, Aspie 3 pups, Pencil 0, Headshot 0. So you can see who's carrying the weight in terms of the pup fights on that team at the moment. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention, because it seems to be a very common theme for A team, that they want to complain about their the split of their pups. Endless. Arguably the most common conversation outside of Dig saying how many people are in pubs right now at 10 a.m. in the morning. The next most common conversation is how many pups A's team got, and whether or not they got more or less tag pros. They got 1 juke juice, 10 rolling bombs, and 3 tag pros for their team. So pretty unfortunate for them. They did win, I think, the majority of the pups, but only by 1 actually, 14-13. But yeah, more interesting obviously was the split with Letty and Aspie winning 13 of their team's pups, and Pencil and the Headshot unable to win 1 for themselves. Not to say that they weren't contesting, but just Letty obviously taking control of that one. We are just waiting on the A team to ready up before we get into first half of Jardim, the last game for Majors, week 4, second last week of the season.
Isn't there another game? There is another game.
It's already been played or in the process of being played.
Oh, really? So all Majors games tonight, were they?
Yeah.
Oh, right, excuse me.
That's why your boy is streaming, despite having terrible internet connection and no overlay and terrible music choices and all that good stuff.
On ya. Good on ya.
We are the last resort here.
Still, I'm sure it's in the eyes of everyone else. It's not the last resort. It's pretty sure we're the quality content.
It's possible.
Possible? Okay. Back yourself, mate. Come on.
Yeah, alright, settle down. Headshot, able to defuse that bomb away from Alameo. Interesting to see how these teams play it. Something I noticed as we see A use that neutral boost rather well to get their first grab, and Letty and Headshot were poorly positioned initially, but A wasn't able to come in. The defense was there just in time. Was something that we noticed as well in our preparation for the Premier Ball last season was the use of that team boost in order to make a grab. Very, very ineffective. The use of the neutral boost on the side to make a grab, very, very effective. So it'd be interesting to see how the defenses play it, whether or not that plays out the same way. I certainly saw it throughout your game. And Letty almost just catching the spike at the last second. Headshot, baiting Ballakwa into a boost. Could be a great opportunity for them here if they can shut down Alameo, which they can't in the end. Pencil is able to stay ahead, and Letty comes off well. Pencil running into a spike, unfortunately, but maybe just setting up on defense. Letty looking to come in, going to run over the team boost, but as everyone's going for pups, they're going to come in for the first cap. They do have to lose the RB on the right, but they do get a cap out of it. Well done from the Ballfathers to start, as they take the ascendancy early in this Jardim game.
Yeah, love that timing for the grab, and everyone, it was just like, it was 5 or 6 seconds before the power up, and Letty knew that he was on par to stream in while everyone was worried about pups.
Yeah, and Letty putting the team on his back there with a lovely snipe, despite being pushed, a lovely snipe onto, I think it was Ballakwa, to get that reset. Somehow finding his way through the Headshot and Aspi defense will allow them a little bit of an advantage here, and a flaccid grab from Headshot is going to put them under a little bit of stress here. Diggs able to find his angle, and
that was awesome.
Yeah, well done from Diggs to be able to come in there. Letty maybe setting up for pups just a tad early. With the team boost, only one to block though. Pencil unfortunately goes for the grab on the flag, and that'll be his undoing. He did have the right idea and positioned himself well, but a little too well. He ended up getting a grab. Could still yet be a cap opportunity. Letty looking to come in, decides to cut underneath. Don't know if that was the call.
Bad luck, Headshot. Had the boost spawn underneath him.
I think Letty going off the bottom right wall would have been the play to get underneath the defense. That's how the blocks were set. Unfortunately, just couldn't read it. And as you said,
the grab that is just very minuscule little grab, little mechanics, but I think boosted around the flag, managed to bounce off one of the defenders and get a grab, and it resulted in that cap. That was, I'm gonna look back at that and have a look, because that was awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, no instant replay on the stream just yet. We'll work on that for future streams. Headshot looking to make something of this. Ballakwa not able to take the team boost, but gets a return nonetheless. And a nice bomb from Letty. Going to buy him a little bit of time, and a nice bomb as well on the backside from the defense of the Ballfathers. Letty
missed the corner.
Yeah, not able to hit that corner. Would have probably been a good opportunity. As it turns out, we'll see if Aspi can get away. Does get a nice grab with this RB. Is able to get out as well on the other side. I thought realistically after Aspi got that grab that he could have been out, but it was closed down well. Letty still at the end of all this looking to come in, and Headshot a bit ill-advised there. 1v2. Never going to create anything from that, I would say. Headshot just hanging around, and clearing that neutral boost in order to chain that into the team boost. I like that from him. That's very clever. Gonna have to come back up the left. The neutral boost isn't going to be up, however, which means he's going to have to choose a different route. And Letty is able to get out and equalize the position for them. And Pup's coming up in about 10 seconds on Headshot here with this neutral boost. And Pat looking to snipe him, which he does. Little slow reactions from Headshot. Pat looking to get a boost block in. And Aspi going for that bomb was never going to be there ahead of Alameo. Pencil needs to stay alive against these team tiles from Pat, which he does very well. The return wouldn't have led to anything in the end for but well done from Pencil nonetheless. Letty looking to come in with this RB. Pat's going to try and hit this bomb, doesn't. And Letty used the RB in the end, was running out, but
oh my lord.
Almost creating a great opportunity for himself. He's putting the team on his back at the moment. 100% is Letty. 2-1 still, but A team really having to fight for it.
It'll be good here. Oh, Headshot needs to be pushing this quicker. It's just too late to react.
It is, and now this bomb coming up. If they can delay it a little bit, Aspi uses it perhaps a little bit too early, but did force Ballakwa into a grab, who then uses Diggs to stay alive. So unfortunate there. Would have been a real good opportunity for the Ballfathers, and they will lose this right pup in the end, I think, as well. No, Aspi's going to push and threaten Ballakwa away. Wins the RB clean, and Headshot going flag pro. Needs to die on a spike immediately. Does Headshot or kill Ballakwa. Chooses the spike option. Aspi was being played anti against by and a little combo with Pat is going to shut him down, unfortunately. So this tag pro really needs to be put into use now, and does. And Aspi with some anti. Letty looking to come in, just couldn't quite hit the boost right. I think maybe the 45 would have been the play to slow himself down as opposed to committing for the cap immediately. But unfortunate from him. Well played from Aspie and the Ballfathers overall, really, to make something of that in the few seconds that they had remaining.
Yeah, he needed to slow down and take the boost around the back, or straight on either.
Oh,
there was the gap there as well.
There was.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, well done. Aspie letting Pat out, unfortunately, does. Fortunately, however, karma goes both ways, it appears. Runs straight into that bomb tile just as it spawns and pushes Pat into a spike. Aspie avoiding the spike himself, but runs into the new spike created by A. They have 2 tag pros. Letty going to be all on him. The man who's worth 89 coins is well worth it at the moment. Does get out, uses the boost, and no jukes, unfortunately, in the end. But Balako and Diggs playing very passively on the backside. Obviously didn't expect a return coming their way. On Pencil now, not worth 89 coins himself. Not able to stay alive.
What a beautiful bomb, though, by Bella.
It
The
was.
return and the cap for A.
Yeah, create space.
Oh,
and
what a boost.
Pat's. Yes. Lovely from Pat. Able to beat the OD. And Diggs going to look to do the exact same thing. Is he? Oh, lovely boost from Diggs as well. Unfortunately, just had to give up. A little bit of flag tile did the defense, and it allowed Headshot to take his opportunities really well. Headshot with a nice boost. These boys have been practicing. Couldn't make anything of it. The OD was there. Up against 3. This game has come alive. Diggs hitting that snipe from behind. Aspie losing out to Alameo. A little more weights in the gym, I would say. Aspie might be required. Tag pro to A. Last tag pro they had, they did get a couple caps from in the end. It was a bit delayed before the result came, but Letty sticking around playing on D here against the tag pro. A throwing some jukes around for Aspie. They do get the kill, and that should be A's tag pro more or less out, I would say. There it is. And Pencil able to close down. They do still look on the back foot, but nice bomb combo pushing Aspie and Pencil in the correct location to get their reset. Pencil, lovely, just catching the bottom edge of that boost and looking to juke around. There's going to be a grab from Pat. Aspie not able to close him down. No kiss from Pencil in the end. Anti on the backside, played on Letty. Correct decision from Pencil, but looks like they will be closed down in the end. Pencil just not confident taking that team boost, I think.
No, he just didn't want to take it. Didn't even angle towards it. It's like I don't think he missed. I think he wanted to walk it in. And strange decision.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get that sort of time at the top level, especially against a team like the A team. It's all right. Something to learn from. Is forced into a grab with this bomb. Alameo not forced into grab. Elects to grab and runs straight into Headshot in the end, but they do have a regrab train starting. And Letty probably looking to grab off this as well. Indeed he does. Diggs trying to look for a boost combo. 1.5 minutes remaining. 3 caps, but Ballfathers haven't looked out of it by any stretch of the imagination so far.
Oh, A.
And Aspie not going to bomb. Instead, Pencil going to look for this team boost, and Aspie gets ahead. And they look like they'll close down A in the end. Oh, Aspie just misses that boost. Pencil needs to stay alive here, and does. Doesn't run down the choke there, which is clever. Pencil died probably just a tad too early for Aspie's liking, I would say. Would have liked to see him push down a little bit further. And another death. Few spikes coming through from the blue team here. Not helping them out in terms of their comeback. Headshot with this boost, however. Trying to make something of it. Pat's tag pro will put that any thoughts of a cap to rest for the Ballfathers. And Aspie not able to make use of his RB. Going to need to stay alive. Gets bombed into a return by Alameo. Pencil trying to juke with some help from Letty. Letty could have had the option to grab. Didn't react quick enough. But they do have 3 OD now. And Pat's tag pro is out as well. Which means any counter cap probably not likely. But Diggs able to boost around and then get the other boost past Letty. But looks like everything will be pretty equal in the end. Letty looking to come in, but with only 10 seconds remaining, you wouldn't expect too much to happen here. Waiting for that bomb does come in the end, but no anti being played, unfortunately. Not enough space there to play some. Means that the first half will finish 4-1 to A team.
Yeah, regrab too overpowered on that game, on that half. Just constant regrab from A and Diggs, just no anti being played, which is very interesting. Like I'm pretty sure when I watched them when they scrimmed, they were playing anti just constantly. I think they're just too worried about Alameo being on the flag and having too much space. But I think they need to back themselves and try and change it up, because that regrab train was constant. I don't know how much hold A and Diggs had, but I'm sure it would have been a lot. I'm sure it would have been close to 5 and 6 minutes of hold between the two of them. And yeah, Aspie side needs to figure out a way to shut down that regrab train. Otherwise, it's going to look. I reckon it's going to look about the same next half.
Just on the stats, A's team had 5 minutes 42 of hold to Ballfathers 4:37. So a whole minute and a half, or a whole minute and a bit extra. The interesting stat that I was wondering, and I saw it at the end of the game there, was the amount of pops was 42 for the A team and yet 65 for the Ballfathers.
Yeah, that's going to kill it.
That tells a big story. Anytime, I mean, you look at this, the function, if you want to call it hold for grab, A, as we said just before, had a minute longer of hold, and yet they had 12 less drops. So 9, 10 less grabs, and yet the pops were more than 20 different. So
yeah, and that's 60 seconds of players not being on the on the map.
Yeah, and you can read into that what you will, but I do remember, and I spoke to Boris about this, he found a similar result, getting a little bit too existential here, but the number one stat, other than plus minus, obviously, that led to wins in games when you run like statistical analyses and stuff, is the amount of pops. So the less pops you have as a team, the more likely you are to win games. That is the other than caps, obviously, as the one stat that correlates the strongest to winning. So interesting little tidbit of information, something that perhaps the Ballfathers should look at employing as they run into the second half. Dying less, probably a good start.
It sounds like an obvious thing, like die less, but it's not that simple. It's something that you need to prioritize, and you can tell when you play against people like Nugar or someone. You can see their KD and how much longer they live. Just they're able to be on the map for a lot longer and make more of a difference in their team's outcomes. And if you spent dead, especially like I'm guilty. I think I've spent the most time dead out of anyone on the game, and I'm constantly trying to work on that. But yeah, it's so detrimental when you're constantly having to respawn.
Yeah, and I mean, you can think back to some of the opportunities that were presented in this last half, even, where if you've got a player that spikes or dies, and all of a sudden there's a lot more pressure being placed on that team, whether it's the fact that they only have 2 OD instead of 3 OD, maybe if they're dying on the way to regrab for whatever reason, then the regrabber needs to stay alive as opposed to putting pressure on the map. These little things that, it's not just 60 seconds, as you said, spent dead, or extra spent dead. It's the amount of time that you then, after you respawn, how long does it take for you to get back into the position that you need to be in, or to be in an effective position? It's another, maybe Jardim, not as problematic, but on Shockwave, for example, it takes a good 10 seconds to get across the map. So if you're needed on OD and you die, even if someone else is taking your place, that's still 10 seconds that they're not there. So there's a huge knock-on effect that teams really need to be starting to think about. And I mean, it showed in that last half. I think A's team only had like 1 more tag pro than the Ballfathers, and yet 20 more pops. Really tells a story. Saying that, despite all these extra pops and everything that we discussed, they didn't look too far off the pace. It was just a nice little chain from the A team of caps that they were able to get, and they're looking to put the pressure on very early here. A little different to the start of the last half. Alameo just holding nicely, and Letty getting shut down by Diggs on the other end. Pencil with a nice boost choice. It's going to keep himself alive for a little bit longer, but once again, no pressure on Alameo, and Pencil I don't know if he's looking for a kiss. I would have liked a kiss there. Wasn't forthcoming, but
nice grab though by Letty.
Yeah, and he's got the option to use the boost as well, and Pat saving the day in the end. Still defended only for another second or two. In the end, was able to get out, but was looking a little bit hairy for the A team. They will have control of both of these pups for the moment. Never mind that. Letty wins his. Balakwa just not able to squeeze into the right position. Alameo, however, looking to juke out, and Aspie tries to hit a boost across the map. Had enough pressure on A. I would have liked to see Aspie just take that boost straight down instead. But either way, they do have 3 on OD and anti, so still a good position for the Ballfathers.
You're doing it to headshot dirty there. Finally gets that return.
Letty has the option to use this boost. I would have liked to see him die there. Choose to stay on the flag, which, when you're worth 89 coins, may as well. Does die in the end, but Aspie's regrab will give them a... Settle down, Aspie. Settle down, mate. Listen, I've seen
Nice, fella.
I've seen some things from that man, you know, in this game and IRL, but that's right up there. Pat shutting that down, and Diggs looking to come out. Just
Nope.
Okay, take it all back. They do win both pups as well, and Aspie's going to get a free grab with his RB intact. This should be a cap for all money. Pencil able to take this team booster or this neutral booster away. Didn't need to in the end, and Letty caught with his pants down on the other end, just waiting for someone to come in. Tag Pro will be out in a couple of seconds.
Waiting on the world.
And a very poor grab from A. He should have known that the Tag Pro was intact still. And a bomb is not going to be enough to shut that down from Headshot. Don't know what that decision was necessarily, if he was forced into it. I'm not entirely sure, but his...
I missed it as well, sorry.
His flaccid, yeah, that's right. His flaccid did lead to a second cap, which the Ballfathers were able to capitalize on. Really need to just be waiting until you've got the all clear from the defense before you start to grab.
Would have liked to see an anti there, especially in that situation with them knowing that they could get that return.
Perhaps a matter of Pencil being the one that was soloing, not confident enough to call that, or not aware that he should be calling that. A is going to get this pup uncontested. Letty not getting any pressure going forward, and a spike from Diggs will allow A with this RB to stroll straight in. Didn't need it in the end. The RB from Balakwa was enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah, to give him a great opportunity, and they clap back with a cap of their own. And Letty, I mean, we talked about the pops, and we're seeing plenty of them to start this off.
Lenny.
I don't have team stats on at the moment, but it's not looking great.
Love the grab. Headshot needs to get ahead here.
Yeah, a little boost combo there with A and Diggs, giving Diggs an opportunity. A looking to come from the right side. Didn't like his chances there, and Aspie rushing up just a little too much, forcing A onto this team boost, trying to go all the way around the back, and almost did. I thought Ballfathers were in a really good position in the end with only 2v1, but A still managed to eke something out and almost got a cap for himself. Letty almost dying as well. Could have given Diggs an opportunity. I don't know what Letty's trying to do there. Trying to snipe the pup there. Very ambitious from that young man. Didn't quite get it. Just ran straight to a blue team member. Letty playing anti and Aspie on the Tag Pro lead. Means that there's very minimal pressure on Diggs. Yeah, but it's gone the other way. Headshot. And with the Tag Pro out, it's on Aspie, who's turtling for his life out there, is Aspie. Well done to the captain of the Ballfathers. A very ill-advised grab from Headshot.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, and the anti-read not quite being played well on Alameo. Pencil did have to get out and ahead, but looks like the position to be relatively equal. Letty electing to boost across the neutral boost. Correct decision in my opinion. But a spike once again from Headshot, who was really racking up the numbers, I would say. He must have heard our conversation at halftime. Looking to make something of this. Could have kissed. Maybe should have onto Pat there. They did have
respawning wouldn't have helped.
No, but they did have a free, if they were right on top of things, they did have it free for just a second. And Headshot's able to close this down on the other end. Looks like it'll be Letty looking to come in with some blocks from his teammates, which are not set up whatsoever. Does get a juke on Bell, but runs straight into Pat afterwards. And a little bomb from Headshot, not really doing any help for him. And a grab from, I think, Headshot as well.
Oh my lord.
On offense will lead to a cap to Alameo's team. 6-3 now. We're back at the same deficit that we had at the start of the half. Just some unfortunate decisions from the Ballfathers. I mean, they fought right back into this game, but you know, not even just the decisions that have led to caps, but just some poor decisions overall from them have pulled this game back for them. Letty electing not to grab, going to try and contest this right pup instead. Would like to see Pencil come in and contest this and Letty go for a grab instead. They can't, and Alameo's grabbed on the other side, run straight into a spike. No excuse for that one, unfortunately, there for A, but Diggs will be out, and the position's pretty much equal anyway. And Headshot getting closed down by Balakwa, despite having a juke juice on the flag for Headshot. Not having a great half is the rookie to Majors. Looking to close down Diggs here and get something going for his team. Pencil in the end gets the return. 3.5 minutes remaining. Still, Letty looking to do his best and create some opportunities, but Alameo on the flag. You would expect him to be able to hold for as long as he wants to. Return for cap opportunity for both teams, just for a quarter of a second on each end. None of them resulted in anything, and yeah, we just see this hold fest that we consistently see on Jardim until we get a little bit of anti that Balakwa did play. Gives him the advantage.
Oh, my lord.
And headshot leaving is going to make things very difficult for the Ballfathers. Already on the back foot. And this is going to make things very, very difficult for them. And a boost in and an unfortunate grab means will be the 7th cap for them. Still playing 3v4. I don't think they have a sub. Yeah, I don't think they have a sub. So, yeah, I mean, you don't really like to see this play out the way that it has. Alameo's team taking or showing no mercy rather in capping, as you would expect. 8-3 now is the score. They've put on 2 caps since headshot left, and there are no signs of him coming back. Balak was asking if there's a sub. Looks like you and Lauren. Oh no, never mind. You and Lauren. Yeah, you and Lauren coming in. Unfortunately, he's going to come into a 9-3 deficit as Alameo strolls in for another cap. 3-0D needs to be played now by the Ballfathers as they cling on to any sort of result. I mean, the result is just a matter of whether or not it looks any good on the scoreboard at the end. The loss is pretty much assured at the moment. They will win this right pup, but still no sub coming in. 2 minutes remaining. Alameo looking to make it double figures on Jardim for his team. He's played pretty well in this half as A. Already the 3 caps for him. Looking for his 4th. Almost had it there with some jukes around Letty. Just didn't quite.
Oh my god.
Didn't quite get enough pencil. Some nice jukes out. Had a pat. But okay, yeah. All right. I do apologize for the lack of quality in what's happening right here. Not a whole lot that we can do. Unfortunately, we don't have a pause option. I didn't think that was part of the rules. Me here, there's trying to sort that out, but with a minute remaining in the score as it is, I don't think Ballfathers are too worried about what's happening.
His headshot though.
Does stats stay? Yeah, they do. A little kiss, but 40 seconds remaining here. Diggs looking to come in and get another cap. Looks like he
Pencil needed to push that.
Almost.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Diggs just couldn't slow himself down rather, quick enough to get any sort of chance. Aspi well positioned to take out A, and Pat about to be closed down as well with a nice solo from Aspi, showing the quality they could have had they still had 4 players playing the rest of this game. Letty juking out Pat very, very well. Diggs able to get out on the other side as well with a nice bomb though, and looks like he'll be able to hold for long enough to get the game going. 10 seconds remaining. Letty with another cap. Woo! Looks like it will finish 5-9. Very, very unfortunate, I would say, for the Ballfathers to be losing headshot for a good 2 to 3 minutes there. It was 6-3 at the time, but yeah, with 2 caps at the very end for the Ballfathers, I mean, when they went back to 4v4, I don't think that they'll be too happy about how that game unfolded.
Bit unfortunate for that DC by headshot. Didn't look like they were still getting too much going in terms of getting a reset or changing it up, and it just felt like the hold from A and Diggs was just a little bit too maybe not too easy, but just not enough shutting him down, and I think it costed him. And the 4 cap deficit shows that. Nice little fight back though that last minute though. Letty getting 2 caps, and that last cap was gorgeous. Just I think he had Bell within a quarter of a tile for 4 or 5 seconds non-stop and still managed to cap.
Yeah. I think Letty played pretty well, all things considered. And
89 coins.
89 coins, well worth it.
Have a drink, whoever's playing a drink game.
All right. No interviews once again. Thank you to Ridgie and then Vex for helping me out with the commentary. Couldn't have done it without the 2 of you.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for commentating. Love your work.
Yeah, we do what we can. Thank you to everyone who tuned in as well. And enjoy whatever is left, the last final 2 hours of your weekend. Make sure you brush your teeth. Very important to brush your teeth. Dental hygiene, incredibly important thing. You don't want to get older and realize that you've got a lot of issues with that area of your body. It's very expensive, very painful, and something that a lot of things in that area can be prevented. You know, maybe not the case for other afflictions that people might suffer from, but certainly dental hygiene of utmost importance. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my piece. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.